Airbnb hosts dream of going viral, but when the moment comes, most don't have a clue what to do with the attention. Ryan Trahan has just featured these 6 Airbnb listings in a video that got over 38 million views in just 7 days. That's the kind of exposure that could change your business overnight. But here's the question. Did these hosts use it well or completely waste it? In this video, I'm going to roast and rank each one. No fluff, just practical lessons. You'll see what worked, what flopped, and exactly what you can steal for your own listings. If you've ever wondered how to turn these views into bookings, this is your blueprint. Let's get into it. So over the last week, Mr. Ryan Trahan, as you can see on my screen here, he has started a brand new YouTube series where he is going to be traveling to 50 states, 50 Airbnbs in 50 days. If you recognize Mr. Ryan Trahan, he is a very, very good YouTuber. My kids absolutely love him. We first got exposed to Mr. Ryan Trahan when he did his penny series, where he would travel around America or Europe, and he would basically take this penny and he would do loads of little cool jobs to earn more money, raising money for charity. This is what he does with all of these. And this latest one caught my eye. And the reason why it caught my eye is that he's going to be staying in 50 Airbnb listings. So we settled down as a family to watch him. And as I was watching him, I was like, I could roast these. I could help these and see if any of them have actually taken advantage of the exposure. And as you can see here, video number 1, 6 million views, 4 million views, 3 million, 3 million, 2.6. And the one that was uploaded less than 24 hours ago, 1.9 million views. So what I am doing throughout this whole series is I'm going to be roasting and ranking each one in a nice little tier list, as you can see here. We're going to start with the first 6 and we're going to go from there. Obviously, he is doing this to raise money. Already he is nearly halfway on his total, and he's not only 7 days in, and it's nearly 500,000 raising money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I'll put the link in the description if you want to donate any money. We've already done so. And it's a fantastic cause. And as you can see here, they've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states, and they are heading over to Nebraska on the day of recording this, which is Monday, the 16th of June. So what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to roast and rank each one based on how I feel that they are marketing their business. And we're going to start with the first one in the series, and I'm creating a wish list as well over on Airbnb. So every single day I will save it to this. If you want to follow along and if you want to join this wish list and have a little look at it, I'll put the link in the description below and make sure that you check it out. And while you're there, go and subscribe, because every single week I bring out a new YouTube video where we look to help hosts get more bookings without having to rely on Airbnb. We do a lot of roasting, we do a lot of lessons, and every single week we release a video on this channel. So please make sure that you subscribe if you are an Airbnb host, short-term rental host, wherever you are in the world. So we're going to start with the first one. So in the first video, and bearing in mind at the day of recording, this video is sitting on 6 million views. Ryan and his wife, Haley, they went to visit the treehouse that is in just off Dallas, Fort Worth in Texas. And they stayed in this amazing treehouse. The whole vibe that you can get from here is that they're looking for the OMG Airbnbs. These stays are a little bit different. And at the end of this 50 days, when you're watching this, you will see that he's going to rank his favorite Airbnb listing and experience stay. So we'll start at the Nut House. Now, obviously, as you can see from here, they are staying in an acorn. When I do these roasting videos, I'm always recommending to the hosts that want to be roasted to make sure that you give your Airbnb listing a name. You want to be able to make it brandable, Googleable, Instagrammable. As well as you've got your business name, you want to make sure that your listing has that appeal. Because the first thing that I want to do, okay, is I want to go and check out the Nut House that is in Aubrey, Texas. So when we do that search, what I'm looking for is, have they taken advantage of this exposure? Have they at least got an Instagram account, which they do? Have they at least got a Facebook page? They do. Now, the first thing that I notice on here is that they have not got their own direct booking site, which again, I don't know these hosts. Again, never met them. They're not part of Boostly in any way, shape, or form. They may be just hobbyist hosts, but you know, all of this exposure, they're missing out on a ton of bookings here because, again, I've got so many views, and like I say, I can tell instantly that they're happy being hobbyist hosts because straight away they're wanting to send people back to their Airbnb listing, which is fair. You know, that's them. Now, obviously, they've realized that they've got this extra exposure, which is great. They've put the list up here, and as you can see, 25 people have liked it, but they've only got 1,764 followers. Now, what I would be personally doing here is I'd be tapping into this. I would be recording our own. They've definitely got a YouTube video. I've seen that here.
In today's video,
Okay, they've worked with Levi Kelly. Levi is a very, very good YouTuber. Obviously, he does this a lot. He goes and travels to a lot of listings around the world, and he makes videos about it. But they haven't got their own. They've got their own, like I say, Instagram, but they're not tapping into this. So what I would be personally doing if I were them, creating their own YouTube channel, doing their own walkthroughs, explaining more about it. And obviously they need to be having a direct booking website, a super simple one pager. It doesn't need to be much, but then they can start to really showcase this off because the views that they're getting on the reels, again, they've got some really good views. It's criminal that they've only got 1,764 followers on here. But yeah, there's so much that they need to be tapping into. One Instagram post sending people back to Airbnb isn't the one. Now let's just see if this exposure has had any impact on bookings. Bearing in mind that today is the 16th, 2-night minimum. So they're only charging 185 a night. They can sleep 2 people, but yeah, they've got a lot of availability. I just feel like if they properly tapped into this, they're missing out on so much exposure, social media, emails, website, their own YouTube. But again, I'm assuming here that Katie and her partner, they haven't really filled out their Airbnb listing much. They've only got one listing. This looks like it was just a hobby, a project. There's no story. There's no backstory. There's nothing that really tells me why they did this. All of the posts seem to be from other people. So again, we don't know anything about this, why they did this. They're definitely missing a pin post here to explain about it. They've done highlights is like a walkthrough. There's nothing in here that gives me any hope that they're going to take full advantage of having 6 million people watch that video. And I've obviously had people like the amazing Levi Kelly come and stay as well. And if I do a couple of searches down here, you've got Cam Higgins. What's this here? Okay, so that's him doing some cool stuff. 1.4 thousand views, not household Texas. So again, there's nothing really much on here. They've had a thing there. So yeah, I'm gonna come over here, the Nut House. I'm gonna put in 6, tier F. So not a very good start. So let's move on to the next one, shall we? Let's move on to the next video in the series. The next video was the silo. So Haley and Ryan went from Texas over into New Mexico, and they went to go and stay at this crazy listing, which was the Missle silo. So if you look at the Missle silo, that was number 2, 4.4 million views. Now, if we come and look at this, now obviously Gary, and obviously if you've watched the video, you will know that Ryan absolutely loved Gary because he loves his silo, and he absolutely loved that Gary absolutely adored his work and his Airbnb listing. So the place is very much OMG. The place is very much a unique stay. The listing in itself is just funny to me because obviously picture number 2 is a picture of Gary. I mean, that is, it's a picture. That is a picture. That is a picture. That is a picture. As you can see, as you go more into, if we were just looking at this from just a listing point of view, I would be absolutely rinsing it to bits because it is shocking. There's so much that can be needed to be done here on making this a better listing. But obviously the experience is in the actual state. And listen, they've had plenty of reviews left. They've had 519 reviews, 4.99. This is on the top 5% of houses. It's, you know, you're staying in a Missle silo, which an experience in itself. There are ton of availability. You've got to do a minimum stay of, you can literally do a night, and it is £400 to stay in for the night. Yes, it sleeps 4, but each person is paying 100. You are paying the money to stay in the experience. Plus, as well, when you throw into it the location of where it is, I mean, I've never been to New Mexico personally. I think I've driven through it, going to a soccer camp many years ago. But you know, Roswell is very famous for its aliens and all that crazy stuff. But a Cold War relic, like I say, Missile by Milo Butcher. Now, can we say that Gary has taken advantage of this? Let's just have a quick look. So we're going to just Google the name. And again, it's not really Googleable. One thing I will say about Gary, and I was checking this at the weekend, is that he looks like he has got number 2 on the way. He's got a listing called Other. Now, I don't know if this is a different room inside his place. It looks like it's just been another one set up. It could be the same one, just in a different entrance. I'm not entirely sure what that spare listing is, but let's see if he has taken advantage of the fact that he has this setup. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to Google search it, just like we did with the Nut House. Now, you've got Hip Camp here, which is another listing site. You've got an article from the Press, I Love Property, which is another listing site, Only in Your State. PC Mag Australia have picked it up. A YouTuber has renovated an abandoned silo. Okay. So again, no real direct presence here, which again is fascinating to me that he would go through all of this effort. He's obviously got this listing on a site called Hip Camp, which is basically like a unique stay. But he hasn't taken full advantage of it with at least an Instagram, at least a bit of social media on here, because again, for something that is so unique, he literally is not doing anything to sort of get more exposure on this. And again, Gary may be just doing this for fun. He may be just putting it on here and happy it's being on here, but he's definitely missing out on bookings. As you can see, August, September, October, there's a ton of availability here. And again, seeing that this place has had nearly 5 million views on only 4 days, you need to be taking advantage of this. So I would say in the rankings, in terms of taking advantage of all this exposure, I'm going to actually move the Nut House up to here, and I'm going to put the silo at F, because there is nothing anywhere about this. Okay, so let's move on through. So we've done the Nut House, we've done the Missile silo. Then they drove all the way over to Arizona. They drove all the way over to Phoenix to go and stay in this property here. So this property that we're looking at, it was a Norman Lykes house designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. This property was stunning. And again, if you've seen the video that has had nearly 4 million views in only 3 days, you'll see what I mean once they go and check it out. So again, the first picture there is stunning. I really like this picture as well. That picture is stunning. And again, the views were just, it looks like something from the future, to be perfectly honest, but it was just one of those. So obviously the architecture is outstanding. To stay in this property, again, there's a ton of dates available. Minimum stay of 2 nights. I mean, you're paying your money to stay here. You can keep 6 guests in. One thing that I found was fascinating, and again, I was just scrolling through, how have Airbnb allowed a link to go into their listing here? You know, sometimes Airbnb pull you up on some of the most silliest of things, and then sometimes they miss it. And I thought this is what the AI was going to pick up. But anyway, what I love here is that you can stay for a month. I mean, if you're going to, let's just try and do this, because there's tons of availability. Let me see if I can stay from the 1st until the 1st. How much is this going to set me back? Only a cheeky £17,000. So $20,000 for a month, if you like, if you want, that is. So let me go ahead. So first and foremost, have they taken advantage of it? No, because obviously it's super expensive. So that's probably why. Are they trying to do anything on the marketing point of view? Let's just have a quick look here. I'm going to go and do Norman Lykes house. in Phoenix. Let's see what comes up. So the Norman Lykes house, if you Google it, it has got obviously a Google, it's got a Google presence. It's got the Google business listing, which again, I find fascinating that you've got this. Well, I guess it's available for rent or sale at 9 million. So fascinating what is happening here. I'm not entirely sure on the background of this. If you know this property better than I, you'll know why. There's Reddit on here, architectural porn, Reddit forum, YouTube videos. There's an Airbnb. I mean, are they taking advantage of it? No, looks like they're trying to sell it. Looks like they're just doing something. It's obviously a popular house for anybody who likes this designer, but it's his final design. Again, there's Reddit forums from 4 years ago on this. Have they taken advantage of it? Absolutely not. In any way, shape or form. Are they doing well? Well, they've got so much availability. So I'm actually going to bump up the Nut House. Are they doing something? Well, they've got a Google presence, which is a little bit more than the Silo peoples, than Gary over at the Silos. But are they doing anything else? Nah. Are they bothered? Not really. But again, they've got a website, I guess, which is better than nothing. All right, that was that one. So then they went from Arizona to Las Vegas. Now, this was actually kind of tricky, finding this Airbnb listing. The others have been relatively straightforward, but this one was tricky, but we were able to find it. So when they went to Vegas, if you go and see the video here, they stayed on the Strip, 3 million views in 2 days. The property that they stayed at, it looked like something from The Hangover, to be perfectly honest. Presidential Strip, suite, Strip view. They had a pool table. One of the views was, obviously, as you can see from the thumbnail, was the spear. I think that's being AI added in the background, but it did look pretty cool for the thumb. And the suite itself, you got obviously everything that you would expect from Vegas, gym, pool view, blah, blah, blah. All of that is literally in there. And obviously they're taking advantage of the fact that you can see the sphere from your presidential suite. Now, have they taken advantage of the fact that their video on here, their property, their suite is nearly on, well, it is on 3 million views in literally 2 days? Let's have a look. So they were, if you look at here, at the building, which was, then this is what made it tricky to get hold of, because if I look at this, and if I go on the presidential suite Strip view, no resort fees, if I go and Google this, it's tricky to tell what is the actual hotel and where were they actually at. Okay, so it did take a little checking out. And if we go into the video, it actually
Good morning, sleepyheads.
And if we come in and you find out where they are after they've done their journey, it was called the Platinum. So the property here was called the Platinum Hotel and Spa. So if I do a Google search for the Platinum Hotel and Spa, now it's obviously not them that are doing this. If you look on the actual listing itself, you've got New Bar. So this is obviously, I would imagine, management company, real estate broker, as he said. He's got quite a lot of listings going on. Let's have a quick look where all of his listings are, from houses, homes. Again, he's going for the whole penthouse suite, luxury suite. I'm sure somebody in Vegas I know will know who this chap is, but at no way, shape or form, and I've had 2 looks at this, I can't see the name of his business. So one of the first things that we always say is you want to, give your property a name, not just presidential suite, because you need to make it Googleable and Instagrammable. It could be Spearview. I don't know what it could be, but this is where we use our trusty AI bot. But right here, you've got so much real estate that he's not even taking advantage of. Also as well, big blocky text does nothing. My eyes literally like can't read that. I see the things that he's shouting at me, like free parking, free high-speed Wi-Fi. But there's so much advantage that you could take of this here. But the most simplest one that he isn't doing is he needs to give the property a name, or the suite a name, and his business a name. Because seeing that he has got, and again, the properties are decent, that he has got 444 reviews. So he's not a part-timer. He's not a hobbyist host. He's got a lot of listings. he needs to be showing off his business. And if he's got one, if he's got a website, then I can't see it at all, right? And again, this is the main thing that I've noticed from the first ones that we have listed here, is that there's no proper direct booking website. Yes, Frank Lloyd had a website, but that's just one trying to sell the place, not trying to do anything else. This is the first one that I think we've properly come across, where it is a management company, an operator, and not just a hobbyist host. So you got to talk about this new bar. Again, you may have one, but you got to talk about it. So in the first line here, if you've watched any of my videos, you would just give this a name. So let's just call it the Presidential Suite, just for shits and giggles. This is the Presidential Suite brought to you by X, whoever and whatever you want X to be, whatever your business name is. Now, I can't Google you. I can't find if you're Instagram. I can't find Facebook, TikTok, nothing. Now, obviously, if you had that, you would take more advantage of it, because then you would have more bookings. I mean, you've got some decent bookings. Your weekends look like they just take care of themselves, but you know, people come to Vegas literally all of their time. So yeah, I think if you had more exposure online, emails, websites, Instagram, then these would be getting more bookings. You'd definitely be taking more advantage of this. Nearly, like I said, 3 million views in what? 2 days, which is crazy. So we're going back to our tier list and our ranking list. Nuthouse, just from simple fact that the other 3 were crap, you have shot up into the top 3 out of 6 that he's stayed at so far, of taking advantage of the marketing that has come on the back of it. All right, we're moving into the top 2 now. And again, if you would like the link to this wish list on Airbnb, just check the link in the description below. You can go and check this and add this, and then you can follow along as we do it. We're into the top 2 now. Now, this was an interesting one. Now, this was the best, I believe, in terms of marketing around it. This one, if you were to ask me which one has been my personal favorite in this series, it's this. Only being launched for just over a day, nearly 3 million views. And this place was called the OutPost. Now, what's really cool about this is that they stayed in this cave house here. But when you go to the OutPost, you will see what I mean. So this was in a little town called Beryl, Utah. Again, really out the way. And it was such a unique place. Now, I've actually been chatting with these on Instagram since the video went up, because I wanted to just find out a little bit more, because I wanted to know if Ryan Trahan, is he working with Airbnb on this? I mean, I don't know if he is or not yet. I haven't come to the conclusion. If not, Airbnb, you have missed out on some of the biggest marketing you could potentially do here. But from what I gather from just speaking to a couple of these listings behind the scenes, is that Ryan is booking this on his own back. He's obviously planned it months in advance, and Airbnb have nothing to do with it. And I said, well, did they reach out to you before they book it? Did they just go ahead and book it? And from what I can tell from chatting to the OutPost is that Ryan has booked this on his own back. Now, if you watch the video, which is really cool, when
Dates in 50 days. Today we are heading.
When they landed at the property, and it was quite a drive, and this is the thing that I loved here, is that when they arrived into the actual property itself, and this is unreasonable hospitality, this is hospitality 101. I'm trying to just come to where they actually arrive in the property. So they walk in here, and what you will notice...
The coolest house in America. Whoa.
No way. Do you see what I see?
Catan?
Joyride.
Oh, no way. What a
Now look at that reaction from Ryan there. Now Joyride is important to get a bit of context around this. So Joyride is Ryan's sweet company. So he brought out this about a year, maybe 18 months ago. It's only available in America. It's only available in Target. And Joyride is on a mission to become the highest selling suite in Target. Once it does that, then they'll obviously be able to go to Walmart and the other big candy stores, and then hopefully go overseas. Now, there was a big thing over the last couple of days. It was Joyride Day, and they were trying to break a Guinness Book of Records. Now, a Boostly member, Taylor Smith, very kindly sent over to us from America packs of Joyride. Our boys loved it. They opened it on Joyride Day. They did a social media post. So hopefully they've broken that Guinness World Record of Records. But this is really cool, is that the company saw that he was booked in. They saw that beforehand. And what they've gone and done is they've arranged for Joyride to be in the property on arrival. Now, if you just think about this from like just a hospitality 101, instantly that's a 5-star review because you've shown to your guest who you are and the extra levels that they're going to go to make your stay as good as possible. Now, I'm not going to say that you're going to have a very famous YouTuber come and stay with you who's got his own sweet brand, and you can do that. But what can you do for your guests? So when they walk in that property, they get that OMG, that sort of adrenaline rush to go, wow, this is amazing. Have a little think. Let me know in the comments what you could do. But that was fantastic. I love seeing that. And again, if you go and look at the Outpost, so the Outpost is, again, it's not your normal hospitality experience. This is an experience, right? It's like going to Burning Man. It's like going to Star Wars. It's like, this is what it'd be like being on another planet. It's family friendly. They know exactly who their avatar is. In fact, if you look at the Outpost, and if you go look at it on Google, again, there's, oh no, I'm sorry. If you go on here and you go looking on this, they are very clearly, they know what they are doing. Very Instagrammable. Like I said, they just know full in and out who exactly that they are. Created by this chap called Travis Chambers. Again, never really spoken to this guy, but I had a look at our mutuals, and we've got a lot of mutual followers on here, people that it doesn't take a genius to realize who he's hanging out with, how he is, who he is. And again, very, very, very smart chappy. Obviously, the whole team, not just Travis, but the whole team behind the Outpost are very clever in what they do. They've created a stunning experience and a stunning stay. And, you know, have they taken full advantage of it from a marketing point of view? Well, I messaged them and I just said, you know, how many bookings have come on the back of it? And they go, well, you know, to be perfectly honest, we're fully booked anyway. Pretty much fully booked all the way up until September, which is very cool. Now, I've been doing a little bit of digging around on the socials and having a little dig around and on the back end of here. And, you know, could I make changes to the website? Maybe one or two. They're using Guesty in the back end. They've pretty much got their whole thing sorted. I mean, the whole experience, my kids were like, we want to come and stay there when we do our road trip around America in 2026. So yeah, it is a stunning place. And, you know, I think if you go and take a look at it, you know, this 2 million views, 2.6 million views, that's just going to go up and up. And I just think in the work that they do, the people that's associated with the Outpost, they've gone above and beyond, and they're definitely taking advantage of it. So I'm going to put the Outpost up here, number one, which will be very hard to beat. So do go and check that out. And then we're going to come into the final one, which was yesterday's at the point of recording. This is 16th of June, so this will be in the 15th. And this one, if you watch the video, you will see just how stunning this place is. These are just shipping containers that has been done up, and it is in the Colorado mountains, a town called Carbondale. Again, never been, just looks really, really nice. You can tell these, you know, unlike the Missile silo, really professional pictures. They look stunning inside and out. Availability wise, they're good. They're really good. Even I think I checked this last night, and I think the first availability was in the start of August. That looks like it's taken. Minimum stay of 3 nights. You're looking at 446 a night. Can sleep up to 4 people. Yeah, I mean, everything about this place just looked lovely, to be perfectly honest. The host is somebody called Daniel, and from what I can see, this is only property. And let's have a little look. So first and foremost, Valinor Ranch. Again, making it Googleable and Instagrammable. You instantly know that you're going to go and Google search for this. So let's go and do it. As we come up, as you can see, they have a, I'm going to put Colorado just because America's so big. So we've got Colorado here. So what are they doing well and what are they not doing well? They have instantly uploaded a video onto YouTube with Ryan Trahan's face, which I think is fantastic. They have got obviously an Instagram account.
Wow.
Oh my.
Okay, that's clips from Ryan Trahan. That's clever. Is that Ryan's channel? I am not affiliated. So this is not his thing at all. This is somebody, just somebody doing YouTube bits and bobs. So this is Visit the US. This looks like a Colorado-based sort of listing site, etc. It's got it on there. They have got their own Instagram account, but this looks, well, I was going to say new. It's not new. It was started in 2023, but it is brassic. It hasn't had a post in 6 months, which again, if I were them, I'd be doing something about it. Their Google business listing says Florida. It was uploaded an hour ago by somebody called Soccer Lover. I swear it wasn't me. You've got Nevada, and this. So somebody's tried to do something, but they've set it up totally wrong. Website goes to Valinor Ranch, which is correct. That is their website. They're obviously a wedding venue. Is there actually anywhere to book? It says reserve, but it goes nowhere. Blog goes nowhere. All right, listen, the team at Valinor Ranch, whoever you are, wherever you are, get in contact with me. I'll help you with a website that will look so much better than this. Got a phone number on there. You've got your Airbnb listing, rent by owner. But yeah, it's struggling. It really is struggling. You've got a website, but it doesn't work. Get in contact. Click on the link below, boostly.co.uk. We'll sort you out. So, okay, if we're going to do that, let's do this then. So just from the sheer fact that you've got an Instagram, you're going to go up to here and you're actually posting, and you've actually posted that Ryan was there. You're going to go there. In first place, absolute winner was OutPost, but let's start from the back. So we're going to go from the back up. So first, in last place was the silo boast, the Missile silo. Fantastic experience. I bet staying there is unreal, but what have you done? Nothing. You've got nothing, unfortunately. Next was the house. What was that called again? The Norman Lykes house by Frank Lloyd. Again, they're looking like they're trying to sell. They don't really care about bookings, as you can tell, because the price is so high and they've got tons of availability. Next up is the Presidential Suite in Vegas. You've got so much potential. You should be second on that list, but because you've got no way for me to find you online, I can't tell who you are, even though you've got a lot of properties. Probably our only management company or proper company, I would say, so far at the series so far. You should be taking advantage, but you haven't. Next up, we've got Colorado. Again, get in contact because your website's awful. Your Google presence is awful. There is no way. Your Instagram is so outdated. Can't see out. Next up is the Nut House. And again, you started off in last, but you came up to second just for the sheer fact that A, you've got a good brand, as in the Nut House in Aubrey. You've done a post. And that's pretty much about it. That's all literally I can give for you. And then number one, absolutely smashing it, is the Outpost. You're ranked number one. I mean, you knows what you're doing. We've got lots of mutual friends on Instagram. It's been good chatting with you back and forth. And you're already solidly booked out, which is great to see. And out of all of them, the one that I would want to go stay at, with the kids I want to go stay at, would be yours. So that's the top 6 so far. There are so many days left of this. If you want to go and donate, I'll leave the link in the description below. We've got all of these states yet to do yet, and we will come back and we'll do another one of these rank and roast videos if you've enjoyed it. If you want to follow out more, subscribe, make sure you turn the notification bell on. And if you would like for me to roast your marketing, I will also leave a link in the description below. Every week we do some kind of roast video where we help hosts get more bookings. I hope you've enjoyed it. For now, my name's been Mark Simpson. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll be back very soon.